Yo, and welcome back to Dan Escapes. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about running, something that I do not really like, but today we're going to be trying out barefoot running. And before we get into today's episode, I'd kindly like to ask you to subscribe to this channel and like this video, as it really does help and I'd be very appreciative of it. So thank you very much. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of running. I've done it and I think the longest I've gone is about 13 miles and I said I'd never do that again. I'm very slow at it, get tired pretty easily at the beginning, and then also I find it quite boring. But I know running is a good form of cardio, especially in this lockdown. We are allowed to go exercise outside, so it's nice to just get out, get some fresh air. But what I have noticed is that I do get a lot of aches and pains, and recently I did a 6 mile or a 10k run the other day, and I was getting a lot of pain in my knee around the 4 mile mark. I just kind of went through it and eventually it just eased up. But that got me thinking, you know, why am I getting these pains? Am I running wrong? Is it the wrong footwear? Because I've known in the past I've bought shoes that gave me horrendous shin splints, and I changed them up. I got better and went to another shoe, got knee pain, went to another shoe, got foot pain. So yeah, it's just so many different variables when it comes to running because you're hitting the concrete very hard. And then when I was researching online, I was looking at barefoot shoes, and I have had barefoot shoes. I've got these ones that I'm wearing now, and I use them predominantly in the gym to do weights and just be indoors generally, so I don't want to take these out. Plus it's winter now in the UK, so I thought, as Vivobarefoot were having a sale online, I found these babies, which are the Vivobarefoot Primus Trail Firm Ground. So the reason I wanted to run with these instead of my indoor shoes that I'm wearing right now is they've got a bit more grip on them, and especially the route that I take, sometimes you go into parks and you're a bit on some muddy ground, some hard trails. So that's why I went with these. They do a soft ground version, which has bigger lugs in them. So if you're on wet grass, it will really keep you planted, so you're not gonna slip all over the place. But I thought these were quite cool because you could also take them on holiday if you're gonna go like on a little hike in somewhere hot. They're nice, airy, and really easy to pack in your suitcase. So they're made out of recycled plastics, which is a bonus for me. So there's no animal products used on this, so no leathers, no harmful things. So they are a vegan shoe. The company are not vegan because they do other leather shoes. So if you're looking for a vegan company, maybe these aren't the ones for you. So I've read quite a few things online, watched loads of videos on YouTube, and there is a wealth of knowledge out there if you want to transition to barefoot running. I'm not an expert, so I can't go in depth on what you have to do to transition into barefoot running, but there's been videos out there that say you have to do warm-up exercises, don't go straight out running, you know, wear them around the house, do these sorts of exercises to kind of get your feet ready for it. But I think the best thing for me is just to go out there and run. I'm not gonna go out there straight away and try and run a 10K or a 6 mile run. So I think for what I'm gonna try and do is start off small, so maybe go for a mile, see how I go after that, do that for a week, like 3 or 4 days a week, and then up it, so maybe 1.5 or 2, depending on how I feel, and just really take it slow and, you know, not try to sprint or go fast. But yeah, let's see how it goes, and well, let's go for a test run right now. Yeah, so I was gonna do a run today, but as you can see, it is now snowing. Yeah, so I thought I'd leave the barefoot running today and just enjoy the snow. So I finally got round to running, and I ended up doing 2 miles instead of 1 mile. Is that a good thing? Probably not, because now my calves are in a lot of pain. Not joint or bone pain, which is a good sign. It's more muscular pain, because when you're running with these shoes, you're running with the ball of your feet, so you're always constantly like this. So it's putting a lot of strain on your calf muscles, and I probably haven't used those properly in a while. So that's why my calves are really killing me right now. And that's why I recommend only going for short distances at a time, just to get used to it and build up the endurance in your muscles and your feet. Yeah, usually in conventional shoes, because you've got a thick sole at the bottom and it's very cushioned, you can easily go heel strike and then go like that. Whereas here, you're kind of more going up rather than across like that, if that makes sense. When I first started the run, it was a bit weird at first. I started going heel and I was like, okay, this isn't a good idea because it started hurting. And then I transitioned quickly to the toe and just going there, but doing light steps, not like big jumps from the toe. So not like I was trying to jump really high, it was just like little bounces as if you're like doing light skipping. I did notice at the beginning of the run, my Achilles were not painful, but I was aware there was something going on there. It didn't feel right at the time. About halfway through the first mile, it started to relax, and yeah, I didn't feel anything after that. So yeah, it was really good. In terms of the shoes, did I feel anything with them? Not really, actually. They were pretty decent out on the road. I didn't feel anything apart from just my calves, which was only when I stopped. So during the run, I didn't feel them at all in my calves. And then when I stopped, I was like, oh, my calves muscles feel a bit sore now. What I did do though is wear them around the house a lot just before I went running. So instead of wearing slippers, I just wore these, and I did notice at the beginning I was getting some pain here, but I did a few workouts indoors with them as well, and it kind of eased up. So you might need a bit of break-in time, so maybe worth doing that at home, doing some skipping with them like I did, or just going up downstairs, moving around the house with them. Yeah, just seeing how they feel on your feet. So one thing I would say is the laces, I don't know if I'm a big fan of them yet. They do cinch up quite nicely. So when I went for a run, they do tighten up around your foot here to hold it in place, and I can keep it loose here. But sometimes I like to keep them loose if I'm just wearing them casually. So if you see here with my indoor shoes, I've got them really loose like that, which you can't really do with that because I've run out of space already to do it, if you see. So yeah, it might be later on that I might change laces onto them, but who knows. To be honest, I can't really say how I'm going to transition with these. I'm going to keep running with them, and I'll come back with a follow-up in about 3 months, maybe around April time, to tell you how I got on, how far I can run now in them. And that is the plan. I'm going to try and stick to these barefoot shoes and try and run as long distance as possible with them. As for initial starts, I found it pretty easy to get into it. My muscles aren't used to running that way, so it's something I'm going to have to get used to and train for. But yeah, I really like them so far. I've been training with these for the last year indoors. They've held up really nicely and I love them. So if you want some indoor training shoes to do like kettlebells, weights, just going indoor at the gym or doing things like that, I highly recommend these Vivobarefoot Primus Light 2s. I got the recycled ones, so yeah, highly recommend them. I'm gonna put a referral link below which will give you 20% off if you want to buy a pair, so go check out that link if you're thinking of picking up either the Vivobarefoot Primus Trails or the Primus Lights. But I'm really happy with them so far, and I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes in the few months and letting you know how I get on and how many miles I can do in these. But yeah, that's it for today's episode. Thank you again for watching, and please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you really enjoyed it. And then comment below if you've ever tried any of these barefoot shoes or have any other barefoot shoes that you want to recommend to me, and I might check them out as well. But yeah, I hope you're staying safe, staying positive, having fun, and I shall see you in the next one.